Welcome to all. Today we are going to know about the elements of the art. When these seven elements of art combine, they become the building blocks of art. So, seven elements are line, shape, color, value, form, texture, space, and sometimes we can include the time. Without these seven elements of art, the art is impossible. Using the elements, a line is a mark made upon a surface. Shapes are areas of enclosed space that are two-dimensional. Then, space deals the illusion of the depth on a flat surface. Value refers to the lightness and darkness areas in an artwork. Form is the three-dimensional version of a shape. First element is line, that is defined as a point moving in a space where its length is greater than its width. There are five main types of the lines in art: vertical line, horizontal line, diagonal line, zigzag line, and curved line. Other type of lines are simply variation of the five main ones. Vertical lines are known as standing lines. Horizontal line also known as sleeping lines. Diagonal lines are straight lines that slant in any direction except horizontal or vertical. Zigzag lines are a series of diagonal lines joined at ends. They can convey action and excitement, or in an easy language, the confusion of the lines. Curved lines are lines that bend and change direction gradually. They can be simply wavy or spiral. So here are some other types of the lines like vertical, horizontal, diagonal, curve, spiral, wavy, cloud, zigzag, castle, step up and down, sharp, mountain, zag, walked around, dash, dotted, loop-de-loop. To get more line variation, refer to tools such as length, width, weight, texture, style, direction, the degree of curve, or all of the above combined. Length in lines can be long or short. Width in line goes from thin to thick. Weight in line means the continuous change of the width. Texture in line defines how smooth or rough it is. Style of lines refer to continuous dotted, dashed, or implied lines. If we combine all these variations into one, we get a unique looking line that serves a purpose. Next, wire sculpture drawing. Wire can be cut and bent into shape with pliers to create three-dimensional drawing, often resulting in a work filled with a flowing curved lines. These paintings are the example for the wire sculpture drawing. Implying lines, expressive lines, and descriptive lines. Implying lines are lines that are not physically present but generated by our mind based on other subjects. Expressive lines are lines that send us messages about what the artist wants his or her work to make us feel. Descriptive lines are lines that help us understand what are seeing. Some artwork done by the artist for implying lines. Some artwork related to the expressive lines. This artwork is related to the descriptive lines. Hatching, cross-hatching and other line techniques can be done by gap between the lines, lightness, darkness of the line, thickness of the line. There are many line techniques can be used to create tone small dashes. Hatching, cross-hatching, stippling, scribbles, small crosses, small circles. Some work done in cross-hatching style has shown here. Planar analysis drawing. A planar analysis drawing simplifies complex curved surfaces into flat planes using straight lines. Some paintings related to the planar analysis drawing. Cross-contour drawings contain parallel lines that run across the surface of an object, such as those that appear on a topographical map or a digital wireframe. Some paintings related to the cross-contour drawing. Contour drawing shows the outline, shapes, and edges of the scene, but omits fine details, surface texture, color, and tone. Here are some art pieces of contour drawing. Continuous line drawing is produced without ever lifting the drawing instrument from the page. This means that in addition to outline and internal shape, the pencil must move back and forth across the surface of the paper with lines doubling back on each other so that the drawing is one free flowing unbroken line. Some masterpiece of continuous line drawing. Gesture timed movement drawing is completed quickly, often in short time durations such as 20, 30, 60 or 90 seconds using fast expressive lines. Some images of gesture drawing. Blind contour drawing contain lines that are drawn without ever looking at the piece of paper. This forces you to study a scene closely, observing every shape and edge with your eyes as your hand mimics these on paper. Some art piece of blind contour drawing. Here are some images of different type of the lines. Value is the lightness or darkness in color. The lightness value is white and the darkness value is black. Value scale above shows a range of 8 values from white to black with all of the gray in between. Using value in artwork. Two-dimensional shape without use of value. Three-dimensional form with the use of the value. 5 areas of the light, that is light source, highlight, midtone, reflection, cast shadow and shadow. 5 areas of light on different shapes, that is highlight, midtone, shadow, reflected light. Some pictures related to the value. Some paintings with a color wheel of value. Shape. Shape is the result of closed lines. They are two-dimensional and flat. Shape is measured by height and width only. Shape may be positive or negative, organic, biomorphic, or geometric. They are also used in 2 or 3-dimensional work. Some images related to the shape, the element of art. Next element is color. There are 3 different components to color. There is hue, which is the name we give the color, intensity, which refers to the vividness of the color, and value, meaning how dark or light a color is. Here are some pictures of the colors with their psychology. There are the meaning of each and every color in art language. Form. When shape acquires depth and becomes three-dimensional, it takes on form. Form has height, width, and depth. Geometric forms are forms that are mathematical, precise, and can be named as in the basic geometric forms: sphere, cube, pyramid, cone, and cylinder. Whereas organic forms are those that are free-flowing, curvy, and are not symmetrical or easily measurable or named. Here are some images of form. Geometric and organic form are also shown here. Space is any area an artist creates for a specific purpose. Space can be positive or negative. Here, images related to the space. The more sub-part of space that are foreground space. This is the space that is closest to the viewer in the picture. Middle ground space. The middle ground is generally where the subject is drawn. And background space is the furthest space away from the viewer. Positive space is the space within the object and the area where the subject is focused. Negative space is generally the background and the area around the positive space. Deep space is the distance between the viewer and the object in the artwork. Cluttered space in elements of art space refers to the too many subjects in a limited space. Two-dimensional space is where there are only two dimensions, which are length and breadth. Shallow space in art has length, breadth, but the perspective is less or shallow. Now its turn of texture is how an object looks or feels. Some words to describe texture include soft, hard, rough, brittle, fluffy, or smooth. Here are some paintings related to the texture. Physical texture are the pattern of variation upon a solid surface. These can include but are not limited to fur, canvas, wood, grain, sand, leather, satin, eggshell, matte, or smooth surfaces such as metal or glass. Visual texture or implied texture is the illusion of having physical texture. Decorative texture decorates a surface. Texture is added to embellish the surface, either that usually contains some uniformity. Spontaneous texture focuses more on the process of the visual creation. The marks of the texture made also creates the shape. Mechanical texture created by special mechanical means. An example of this would be photography. The grains and the screen pattern that is often found in the painting creates texture on the surface, and hypertexture can be defined as both the realistic simulated surface texture produced by adding small distortion across the surface of an object. Some paintings related to the decorative texture, spontaneous texture, mechanical texture, and hypertexture. In the end, I must say, for the masterpiece, you must know about the elements of the art. Thank you.